Lisa Yates and Fiona Ross are in this week with Philly Fit. It's an homage to their names to work out your inner core. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, why is it so important to work your inner core? Is this for women who've had babies or for all women?
It's especially important for women that have had babies because we know that during pregnancy and childbirth that's when the problems often start. So it's very important for those women. But it's not just those women, it's all women, and actually even men as well have pelvic floors. So it's appropriate for elite athletes, for stay-at-home mothers, for actually, and a women surrounding the menopause. It also becomes really important to strengthen those muscles again.
Why is it important when you're hitting menopause, Fiona?
Basically, your core, or your inner core, is like your foundations. And think of them like your foundations of a house. And so if you start with the walls, which these muscles here and these muscles here are a bit like your walls, we're actually trying to get the foundation stronger so that if you do anything, whether you're younger or older, you're going to be a lot stronger, if that makes sense.
Now, a lot of people, I mean, a lot of women who've had babies know where their pelvic floor is because we've learned how to do those pelvic floor exercises. But you brought along a pelvis to just explain to everybody, because I mean where it actually is.
So this is a pelvis, everyone, and it sits.
Is that what you see?
This is the bony pelvis, and it sits roughly here.
Okay.
Now the muscles, the pelvic floor muscles, sit in there. Okay, so they sit in there, and they're muscles just like in your arms or your legs. And what they do is they help to hold in everything inside the pelvis. So if they weren't there, then the bladder, the uterus or the womb, and the bowel could actually lower or potentially fall out if they weren't there. So they support everything.
What happened? Why do they weaken?
Okay, so pregnancy and childbirth tend to be the main thing that causes them to weaken, but lots of things can make them weaken. Actually, the weight of the baby when you're pregnant can stretch and weaken the pelvic floor, and obviously giving birth can stretch and weaken the pelvic floor muscles. Lots of other things, though, like being constipated or being overweight, anything that causes a downward pressure on the pelvic floor can weaken the muscles. And believe it or not, even things like doing sit-ups and crunches, which is what a lot of people think will help strengthen them, can also weaken the pelvic floor muscles if they're not that strong.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, that's concerning. Well, so this week, are we focusing on getting them strong?
Yeah. So what we want to teach you today is we're going to go through a little system that we can use when we do all the exercises throughout the week that will help you to engage the core of the pelvic floor. Okay. So what I'd like you to do, Sarah, do you mind sitting on the ball?
No.
I want to have a little seat. And I'm going to just do the same
This is
thing
very
side
firm.
on.
It's interesting. This is really... Is that what you do if you have a Swiss ball? They're meant to be this hard?
Yeah. Well, ideally, when you have a Swiss ball, and this could be a little bit smaller for you, but ideally, you want to be able to, when you're sitting on it, that your legs are almost parallel to the ground or that your hips might be a little bit higher. But Swiss balls are great because what they do is the minute you sit on them,
you stand
they get the core and the pelvic floor muscles working.
Okay.
All right, so what we want to do first is we want to look at your alignment. We're going to say the word abs. A-B-S, okay? And that'll help you remember.
Okay.
So A is for alignment. What we're going to look at here is a nice gentle curve in your lower back, okay? Now, we know that the core muscles and the pelvic floor muscles work best.
Showing you my gentle curve.
Gentle curve. So can everyone at home, if you're doing this, sit on the couch or sit on a ball, and I want you to slouch. Everyone slouch. Slouch for me, Sarah. Slouch. Okay. Then I want you to imagine a piece of string at the top of your head lifting you taller. Lovely. Now that, and then just relax a little bit. Now that's what we call a neutral spine, a lovely, gentle curve. So we always think of our posture or our alignment first. Now what we're going to do is to teach you how to breathe properly. Sounds easy.
I was completely holding my breath.
Oh, that's not a good thing to do, and Fiona's going to explain why.
Okay.
So, Sarah, if I was to ask you to take a deep breath in, what would you do? That isn't too bad, actually.
You do every woman would do.
What's that?
What I want you to do is actually...
Breathe
I want
from
to,
down here.
I want to actually see more happening down here.
Oh, no, but I've been told to hold it in.
No, relax it, relax it, let it go.
Okay.
So take a deep breath in, that's it, let your tummy expand. And then as you breathe out, let your tummy relax. But I don't want to see so much happening up here. I want you to be nice and relaxed.
Okay.
So we'll do it together. Breath in, let the tummy expand, and then as you breathe out, just let that tummy relax. Beautiful. But you've got to keep that nice, natural, neutral spine at the same time.
Okay. So alignment,
breathing.
That's right.
Absolutely. Breathing is really important. And the reason we're talking about breathing is exactly what you said. A lot of women walk around doing this. They hold
Yes.
in their tummies, and that can actually put more pressure on a weak pelvic floor or core muscles. It can actually weaken things. So take the time to work on your relaxed tummy breathing. Okay, so we've got A for alignment,
Then
B for breathing, and then we're going to talk about the strong core or pelvic floor. We're going to look at the pelvic floor first, okay? So I want you, we're going to try a little experiment. I want everyone at home to sit so they can feel their pelvic floor muscles either on a chair or on the ball. So sit back a little bit more for me, Sarah.
Yep.
So that you can feel, you might even want to take those legs apart a little bit so you can feel your pelvic floor muscles on the ball. Fiona's going to do
Not
this
in
too.
my contract, I'm just kidding.
Okay, I want you to take a deep, deep breath in and have a cough. And what did you feel there?
Well, without being... Yeah, well, you can feel it.
Okay,
yes.
so if you can feel your pelvic floor
Yes.
muscles lowering or hitting the ball, that means that we need to strengthen them a little bit. In an ideal world, they'll actually tighten around those openings and lift up. So let's teach you how to do that. I want you to squeeze these pelvic floor muscles in and up like you're trying to stop a wee. Good, hold that there. Keep breathing.
Okay.
And then relax and let it go. Okay, good. So that's how we get the pelvic floor muscles working. It's a very gentle squeeze.
So when you're doing the exercise that we're going to do over the rest of the week, should you be always thinking of keeping that contracted?
At the start of the exercises, and I will cue everyone, I want you to think of your breathing, your posture, and gentle tension in the pelvic floor muscles.
Well, there you go. Thank you so much, ladies. We'll look forward to working with you this week. Tomorrow, we're going to target the core, the legs, and the back. Brendan.